name. It originates from Turkish Cyprus, and you may or may not be interested to know that in my childhood, in the 60s and early 70s, teachers had great difficulty with the pronunciation of the name, calling me Alton, spelled A-L-T-O-N. So school friends would call me Alt, or Towers, or Alton Towers. And in 1975, Kojak was very popular, even though I had a full head of hair. Also, I think I ought to say I'm not to be confused with the novelist called Ahmet Altan either, writing bestsellers such as I Will Never See the World Again, or if you're a French speaker, Je ne referai plus le monde, Text the President, and many, many more. I'm sure you've all heard of them. Yeah. No, you shouldn't be confused, because I am much taller than him, and he is, of course, a Pisces. And when I grew up, my work colleagues called me Nervous Ted. And today, for me, right now, this is almost one of those Nervous Ted moments, but in a very good way indeed. So, a wise person once said, I think it was Gemma Collins from Towie, she said, when you do this sort of thing, keep it short and keep it brief, pun. And cultures have already filled the first few minutes with trivia that most of you aren't even listening to. So for those people that have switched off, switch yourselves back on and buckle up. I can't promise you a roller coaster ride or being more like a ride in a mobility scooter, stopping off at Greg's every now and again. Okay. So good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Elaine and myself, I'd like to start by welcoming you all and to thank you for coming here to celebrate this very special, happy occasion, the marriage of our daughter, Elise to Nathan. Great to see so many friends and family here today.
It'll never last.
Never having done the father of the bride speech, I decided, of course, to do some interweb research, and this is what it said. And I quote, ultimately, a father of the bride speech should be personal and heartwarming, open brackets, with lots of excitement for the future, close brackets, and no more than 2 dad jokes. So, I thought I'd start with the first dad joke. So here we go. It's been an emotional day so far, even the cake's in tears. Just a small disclaimer, there are bits of this out-talk that aren't entirely my own work, so no heckling please. You might heckle me now, but when I get home tonight there's a chicken in the oven.
That's the second dad joke.
That's a Harry Hill. Right, on to the personal bit, which I've called my special memories of Elise as a child and watching her grow up into the person she is today. Elise came into the world on the 6th of May 1990, looking like a little E.T., though she didn't scream or whine. That happened about 10 seconds later when she discovered her vocal cords. We had nowhere to put her when we got home, as times were tough in the early 90s. So she slept in a paper bag for a while. No, of course she didn't really. We kept her in the drawer in the kitchen with the utensils. Just moved the knives over a bit. And I remember her very first toy. I think we've still got that potato peeler somewhere. Okay. Right. I don't think Elise is expecting me to tell you any embarrassing stories about her earlier teenage years, are you? binge drinking, the drugs, and the knocks on the door from the police in the middle of the night, and not to mention that second difficult ASBO. Well, you've got no need to worry. I'm not going to mention any of that today, even though it does leave me a bit short of stuff to say. So don't look so worried, everyone. There was only one ASBO. So Elise, we must say you look radiant and elegant in that beautiful I'm very proud of you today. Elaine and I often reflect when Elise was growing up. What did we do, dear? Yes. This was a unique period of our lives, with so many special memories, some of them amusing to us. So here's a couple of real examples. The first example was our first parents' evening when Elise first demonstrated her writing and artistic skills at the age of about 6 years through a one-word annotated sketch presented to us by her teacher. The sketch was a basic line drawing of a car travelling at speed along a road, together with a sad, frowny female face at the back of the car, a bit like a yellow sad emoji icon. And the car windows wound down, and the face is out of the rear car window, and there's a one-word heading above the face, and the heading said, "Mummy." And Elise had cleverly drawn a trail of straight lines, all starting from the mouth which spread outwards. And for any mathematicians here, the lines formed a sort of isosceles triangle with no face. Anyway, the teacher looked at us a little bemused, and the look said, "Please explain now before I call safeguarding." But Elaine managed to laugh her way out of it, didn't you, dear? That's right. On reflection, this event may have been significant for the later ASBO issues. Elaine's I mean. The second example was Elise's Celine Dion moment. Elise decided to sing that well-known Celine Dion song, "My Heart Will Go On," for her brownies initiation ceremony.
Roasted!
Elise had a unique singing style, and in the immortal words of Eric Morecambe, there were lots of good vocal notes, just not necessarily in the right order. So I don't know if you remember the lyrics to that song. There were lots of go on and on and even more go ons, just like Elise's vocalisation went on. But on a serious note, because I can be sometimes, what Elise did demonstrate was confidence and drive in that performance. Just briefly on to a couple more milestones in her growing up journey. Toy Story, one of Elise's favourite film franchises, and one where we all had to go to see the movie together as a family, which Elaine and I organised in Elise's earlier years in 1995, and then Elise insisted organising in her later grown-up years. A film franchise that resonated with her and us, which Elise makes sure we watch on TV every Christmas as a family.
Okay, I'm mental. Everyone knows.
And lastly, Elise's Australian big fat backpacking adventure. Elise ended up in King's Cross, Sydney on Christmas Day, and she FaceTimed us from the hostel desktop computer. Whilst FaceTiming, there was simultaneously a police raid. We knew it was a raid because the nice cuddly Australian police were visible in the background shouting, "Raid!" We never quite found out what it was about, but we suspect it was the binge drinking and the drugs. Right, we're almost there, everyone, for me. Okay, so this next bit is about Wilfred. Elise told told me I first met Wilfred in my conservatory. And the first thing we ever spoke about was the ring-necked parakeet parrot population explosion, or RNPPE for short, in South East London in the 90s. So just as an aside, since that day, Nathan and I always greet each other with that acronym when we meet at family get-togethers, which is nice. Anyway, Nathan was working on his PhD when I first met him, and so naturally wanting to show some interest in his work, I thought I should have a conversation with him about his research. However, when I looked through his PhD draft, I got to the end of page 2, which is the abstract, and I thought, nah, I'd rather talk about parrots. And I only say nah because there were too many words for me, lots of big ones, in sentences too. But on my second and last serious note, because it can be sometimes worth it, I've always had a lot of admiration for the people that can apply themselves academically. So well done, seriously, congratulations on completing it.
Wow.
Doctor!
Almost lastly, I just wanted to tell you the 3 things that I've learned from Nathan since we first met. The first one is how to edit a WhatsApp photo of a face and place a lit cigarette emoji on it so it hangs from the corner of the mouth. It's now become a very important and dear hobby for me in my retirement. The second thing I picked up from Nathan, Wilfred, was all about the Rotten Tomatoes website. For those that don't know, it's a film review aggregator website which gives a film score out of 100. The thing I learnt was never ever invest your time in a film with a score of less than 70%. Brilliant advice. As it now gives me more time to edit WhatsApp pics. And the last thing I learned from Nathan was about his beloved Newcastle football team. And I quote, why why didn't I support Arsenal when I was growing up? Isn't that true, Nathan?
Yeah.
Nathan, may I say welcome to our very own family circle of trust. We know you'll make a brilliant son-in-law. So lastly, ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, Mality. Well, that's the formalities over and done with. Thank you. Please raise your glass to the bride and groom.